The reason I don't think that financial literacy needs to be taught in schools is because most of what we learn in school, first of all, is like hot garbage. But the way that we are taught things, content aside, let's say you agree with the content being taught in schools, that it's useful information, but the way that we're taught new information in school, it's just, let me give you an example. How many of you were taught that the president is like the CEO of the country? Raise your hand. Okay? How many of you know what the fuck a CEO does? I sure as shit don't. And the way that we learn things, and I'm gonna bring this all together, and I'm gonna explain a little bit of the neuroscience behind it, since that's my forte. The way that we learn new things is the brain goes into past associations and past memories, essentially, and says, what do we currently know right now that is similar to this new thing that we're learning? And that's why, people, like, that's why in school, like, people make the association that the president is like the CEO of the country, because it's trying to take an example of something that we know and apply it to a new scenario. But most people don't know what the fuck a CEO does. So if you don't have any prior knowledge to associate the thing to, then it's really hard to learn that new thing. And this is how this is related to money. If the prior associations that you have are inaccurate, emotionally charged, just not useful, it makes it really hard to learn about this new topic. And this is what brings me to the financial literacy part. I don't think that financial literacy needs to be taught in schools. I think emotional regulation needs to be taught in schools, because most of the associations that people have with money would cause their brain to completely shut down during a financial lesson. Because the way that our brain works, I'm going to mention two parts of the brain that's relevant to this video, is the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex. The amygdala is the emotional center of the brain. It's the fear center of the brain. It's the part of the brain that asks one question: is this going to kill me? Okay? And if you flip that switch on and the brain says, yes, we're under threat, I need to protect this human, the learning part of our brain, the thinking part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, the thing that we need online during a lesson about money and financial literacy, completely shuts down. And so most of us have a past with finances that is emotionally charged and inaccurate. And so when our brain is trying to learn new information, especially about money, this is never covered in a financial literacy course. Obviously, I want people to learn about money. That's just like what my page is created for. But the problem is that we skip the most fundamental step, and it's the step of speaking your brain's language. You have to speak to the emotional brain before you can speak to the logical brain. And money is math. It's very simple, okay? Money is not hard to learn. It's the emotional regulation piece that's so hard to learn, because money is so emotionally triggering for people, understandably so. And so I don't think we need to be learning financial literacy in schools. I think that I would love to see more lessons be taught on how do we get the prefrontal cortex, the thinking and learning part of our brain online when we are learning about a topic that is emotionally triggering. It's a bigger question. It's more complex to solve. But I think it's where actual learning about financial literacy happens.